Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your weekly reading for April 17th to the 23rd. This is for Cancer, Sun, and Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional Celtic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity to your readings, to get more specific and detailed. I do this, Cancer, because I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it's been used for thousands of years. It's had major influence in divination, including tarot, and every tarot card is assigned an astrological element or ruling planet sign. We go really deep when the two are combined. Now, Cancer, I'm very excited for you. This is the big week. I hope you know this is the week of the eclipse. This is the week of our first eclipse of the year. Now, this is going to be quite an interesting week, and I have to tell this for you specifically for you, Cancer. You're gonna feel it, and you're gonna feel good. Now, if you're into astrology, you know there's been so many different astrologers with all their different interpretations of this eclipse. Now, this eclipse, I want you to think of it as like a refresh and like a reboot. What it's doing, listen, this is why I love this for you, okay? This eclipse is in Aries, all right? We've had a lot of activity in Aries, so this is your 10th house of career. This is not only career, but fame, public recognition, achievements, and honors. And so I love that for you. Now, this eclipse is at 29 degrees, and it's the critical degree is what, we call it. But it's basically tipping right into Taurus. It's like right there, right on the edge. And as we know, Mercury's in Taurus right now, and then the day after the eclipse, the sun goes into Taurus. So what does this mean for you, Cancer? Taurus, like, this is your 11th house. This is your house not only of your social network, organizations you belong to, groups you belong to, even like your LinkedIn community, but also your hopes and wishes. So a lot of the things that you're hoping and wishing for are going to start coming true. This is pretty amazing. I love this. I love this for you. Just wait until Jupiter goes into Taurus next month. I mean, whoa. All right. So this is a big deal. This is a huge deal. A lot of y'all are going to feel spiritually active too with Saturn having gone into Pisces. That's your 9th house. Some of y'all may be thinking about traveling, doing long distance trips. Some of y'all may be working on books, decide to write a novel, book of poetry, start a website. There's a lot of possibilities now. All right, Cancer. Remember, Mars is in your sign too, and that's going to be there for a while. All right. So I really love this week for you. One thing I want you to know is that Mercury does go retrograde. All right. And that's going to happen. What day is that? April 21st. Okay. Mercury's going to go retrograde in Taurus. So there may be some things that you have to think about with friends or even your passions and your hopes and dreams. Maybe there are some things that you may have to reassess or redo. It's definitely not like the best time to travel, even though I said like some of y'all may be traveling. That's more of like a thing like for the next 2.5 years. The next 3 weeks, probably not a good idea to travel. If you are, it's not a bad thing. It's just like there may be some things that don't, like annoying things, like maybe like the car you booked like doesn't show up, or maybe your flight's delayed by an hour. But either way, listen, Cancer, the whole thing is the eclipse. All right, that's the big news of this week, and it is huge. And I love that Mars and Saturn are bringing a lot of stability here. All right, and even Uranus bringing some elements of surprise. So I really love that. Pluto is going to be squaring, so there could be some sort of power struggle. Listen, there are more good aspects happening that outweigh that. So if there are, you're a Cancer, you're a cardinal sign, you're a leader, you got this. So let's go ahead and get started, Cancer. Let's see what's going on for you for the week of April 16th to the 23rd. Again, this is for Cancer, Sun, and Rising. And you can also read for your moon and all. If you know your birth chart, absolutely. I get that question a lot about, Sun and Rising. But yeah, definitely read your moon, your Venus, whatever you would like to, what you want to know more about. All right. I only say Rising because Rising is the most important. Next to the sun, they're equal. All right. Sun and Rising. Rising also known as Ascendant. Now, Cancer, here we go. This is it. This is it. Yeah. This is a big week. This is the week where everything changes. Everything changes, and I want you to ask yourself, are you happy? Okay? I want you to ask yourself that this week, all right? Now, let's go ahead and get started. You got the Queen of Cups. What's really interesting is, I've done a lot of signs at this point, all right? Now, the Queen of Cups has come up a lot, but a lot of the signs have been getting their own cards. Queen, water, cups, water. She's Cancer, okay? Now, here's what I want you to know is that remember how I said Saturn went into Pisces in your ninth house of spirituality, the way that you see things, your belief system, all of that. Listen, she's very intuitive, just like you, Cancer. You're very intuitive. You're a very intuitive sign, okay? Look at her. She is... not only does she lead with her heart, she's so loving and giving, right? You can even see her feet are touching the water, okay? Unlike the King of Cups, okay? So she's in touch with that emotional side. And then the cups are emotions, right? And it's like, love and even wonderment, right? But you can see her gazing intensely at that cup, all right? Almost like as if it's like a crystal ball. So it really is like a lot of y'all have come into this place where you are just so loving. You feel so good in your own skin. There's a lot of self-love too, all right? There could have been some things that you may have gone through where that's become a big thing for you now, all right? And so I want you to hold on to that, and I want you to hold on to that intuitive flair that may be coming up within a lot of y'all. And that's amazing. I love that you got the Queen of Cups. This is absolutely amazing. Moving into death. There you go. There you go. One thing I want you to know, and I feel like I've said this in your last readings. I think it was the March 20th to the 26th reading when Pluto went into Aquarius, okay? This is really big for you, especially because that's your 8th house. And so for the next 20 years, the 8th house is all about transformation. Pluto is a ruling planet for Scorpio, which rules the death card. This is going to be a very transformative week. The reason why it's going to be possibly have a lot of stability to it is because Saturn, remember I said, is bringing that stability with the eclipse. Another thing I'm going to point out, you see the skeleton on the horse, okay? The reason why it's a skeleton, what out of our body endures the longest? The bones, right? So this has a long shelf life that comes with this transformation. And I don't want you to be afraid of the death card. This is actually one of the best cards in the deck. Hollywood really gave it like a reputation, didn't it? This is good. You see the sun coming out in the horizon. You see the white horse for purity, the white rose for pure. I mean, like, this is going to be a very transformative week for you. Now, you did get the 10 of Cups, all right? But you got the 10 of Cups in your challenge area. Now, we know this is a great card. This is happiness. This is joy. This is nirvana. This is enlightenment, happy family, happy couple, happy life. Listen, it came in your challenge area. So I want you to ask yourself, are you truly happy, okay? Are you truly happy, right, with how things are going? Now, a lot of y'all are, okay? But if you feel that you're not on the right path, if you feel that maybe there's like a disconnect, right? This is a week to really explore that, all right? What's going to bring you that happiness? But the fact that you got death in the heart of your spread, some of it may come naturally. You may have this moment of clarity with this transformation. Remember, I said with this eclipse, Uranus is very active. Uranus is a planet of like surprises. You could hear some surprising news. You could get, whether it's career related, home related, relationship related. Hey, this is a week where you're just going to start feeling transformation, but I want you to be happy, all right? I want you to recognize your happiness, all right? Now, You got the Six of Cups in your crown. I love this for you. All right. This is a lot of it is stemming from like this energy of like you just want this feeling of like protection and comfort and security. Okay, and that's good, and that's what this card is. And six is the heart of the tree of life. Six is harmony. Six is even beauty, right? Beauty, and when I say beauty, beauty in all things, seeing beauty in all things, right? And especially with yourself, okay? And then beauty is also symmetry, right? And so that balance as well. But one thing I'm going to point out, here's what's really interesting. You know how I said Mercury's going retrograde? Well, one of the benefits of Mercury going retrograde is that we get to, it's a good time to revisit things, reevaluate things in our lives, but also things if you've been working on some projects that you know, got too busy the past few months, especially with Mars being in Gemini, it's like boom, 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 boom. This is a good time because Mars is in your sign. Mars is in your sign to go back to those things, all right, that you were passionate about. And that could be the thing that brings you this joy and happiness. The second thing is that this is a card of nostalgia. When Mercury goes retrograde, a lot of people from our past come back to our lives. So this is something that's really great. And some of y'all may be thinking about people from the past, all right? So listen, all you are that comfort and security. I want you to know moving into this transformational process, as long as you know what you want, as long as you have that joy and happiness, like it's coming. I mean, it's coming. Look, you got the King of Wands in the root of your spread, all right? He is, I call him the Steve Jobs of tarot, all right? Very entrepreneurial energy, but just so passionate, so alive, right? The Wands, so alive. They're enlivened. They're, you know, they're our passions and our ideas and creativity, but it's also very, very, very career, enterprise, work, job related. This is amazing. A lot of y'all are sitting in that throne. A lot of y'all are sitting in that throne. A lot of y'all want to be sitting in that throne. It is coming. You have transformation coming. This is one of the most transformational cards. You can actually even see, you know, hidden in his cape, you can see, and even his throne, the Ouroboros, okay, one of the oldest alchemical symbols, you know, the unity of all things. It's, you know, the lizard or the snake eating its own tail, right? It goes way back to like cave drawings, okay? Endured the test of time, and now you see it here, okay? And so this is like, hey, new cycle coming in, very transformative. You even see the salamander in the corner by his foot there. All right, so I love that. Salamanders, if you think about like the 14th century, around that time, like medieval times, they thought that salamanders were fireproof, and wands are fire. So talk about enduring, right? You're good. Now, you did get the Nine of Wands in your future. I love this. This is all about resilience, all right? This is all about resilience. Not letting anyone take any of your passions away from you. I mean, you can see him standing, speaking of protection, standing in front of the wands, protecting the wands, all right? You can see that he's a little beat up. So you could be this week, after, during this transformational process, feel that, you know, you have to be really resilient at this time, okay? In terms of knowing that you're happy and going toward, you know, the things that are going to bring you joy and even enlightenment. But having that resilience is going to be a thing for you, all right? Because 9 comes right before 10. 10 is the end of this suit. So, you know, I always say this card is like that, you know, like in 5th grade math class, your math teacher had the poster of the cat hanging from the tree. This is that poster. Hang in there. Don't give up. You won't, okay? Resilient energy. I love that for you. And then you clarifying, Knight of Swords, yep, there you go. You listen, standing your ground. That's all it is right at this point in your future. You're gonna, it looks like you're in it. This transformation is coming, okay? Especially with this eclipse, all right? And for most of y'all, it's going to resonate with career, okay? It's going to resonate with career. If not, it's just like the way that you are, you know, perceived by, you know, your family, your neighborhood, groups that you belong to, but also your hopes and wishes, going toward that now, protecting them, all right? You got the Knight of Swords. I love that. Bold, courageous. He's going into the storm, right? Really pursuing, even your mental space is like really moving forward from, anything that was like holding you back, or anything like nothing can stop you, basically. All right. So protecting all your passions, like being resilient, nothing can stop you, and standing your ground, not letting anyone take anything away from you. All right, this card is all about valor. It's all about that courage too. And it's, with this eclipse, again, there is that element of surprise, just like the Seven of Wands, which is all about, you can see his two shoes, his slippers, they're not the same, they're different. So this is indicating he was surprised that all these people are coming after him, right? He came out, he heard them, and then he just got out of bed real quickly, just threw on whatever he could to defend everything that he's worked for, defend everything he believes in, to defend who he is. And he's doing a damn good job. So again, there could be an element of surprise, and then with Pluto at play, there could be some sort of power struggle. There could be someone who is maybe trying to like take away your happiness, or trying to like maybe not supportive of the things that you want, your hopes and dreams, but you're standing your ground. Remember, this is valor and victory, okay? Especially because if you think about this, the tree of life, that is what the seven is, right? Desire, but also victory. Listen, let's get to your stuff. Cancer, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I'd love hearing from you. Do you like my haircut? I just got my haircut. Secondly, if you're a subscriber, I love you so much. Thanks so much for being here. You really make my day. Y'all are amazing. I'm very grateful. You'll also notice a lot of sunlight, so you can't really see this spread. That's why I'm bringing it up to the camera. But I always take the sun as a really good sign. Now, oh my God. Cancer, you're fine. You're absolutely fine. Speaking of sunlight, you got the sun. As we know, this is the most powerful symbol in tarot. This is the most powerful thing in the world. All right, so bring that sunlight into your life right now. Just bring it in. Let that sun shine all the dark shadows away, all the dark shadows out of your life. All right, this is, if you've done tarot readings, the sun is the biggest yes card. It's the biggest yes card. You see the white horse, the naked child, the red banner. Speaking of victory, you got it here, now you're getting it here. I mean, you're amazing, because look at what's in your external factors area. Now, this is really significant, and I'm going to tell you why. Not only is he the richest king, okay? This is abundance. This is wealth. This is money and wealth. This is, you're good, okay? You're good. One other reason why this is huge, remember what I said earlier, all that activity in Taurus, how the eclipse is dipping into Taurus, how we're moving into Taurus season, which is your 11th house of your hopes and dreams. He's Taurus. You can see the bulls on his throne. I love this. I love this. There actually may be someone, because it came in your external factors, someone who's very powerful, someone who is very pragmatic, someone who's very, practical too, that really helps you move toward the place that you want to get to, right? With your hopes and dreams line. This is absolutely amazing. One last thing I'm going to point out. You see that golden scepter? It only appears in one other card, okay? Only one other card, but really has the power to really manifest things. Like anything he touches basically turns to gold, okay? This is all about making things grow. This is all about creating that abundance in your life. I mean, you're good. You got the 9 of Swords. Where it falls in your spread, all it's saying, you don't want to go back. You don't want to go back to any situation where you were worrying, where you were doubting yourself, where you felt, regretful, or that things were not going your way. And, thinking about things astrologically for you, like you've had some tough years. I'm not going to lie. There's been some tough years that y'all went through, especially during the pandemic. But listen, you're coming out of it. Look at this. Even this year, oh my goodness, so much better than last year for like cancers. Even well, last year of like well, I would say 2021 was like oh for cancers. But look at your final outcome, Cancer. You have everything. You have nothing. You're good. You have everything to look forward to. You got the Four of Wands. This is the card of your third victory card. Well, fourth victory card. Okay, this is celebration. This is joy. This is milestone. This is the hurrah card, right? So this is your final outcome. Some of y'all will be getting a new job. Some of y'all will be getting married, proposed to, engaged, making new friends. Some of y'all will be moving into new homes. Think of milestones, right? This is a card of major celebration. You have a lot to look forward to, Cancer. One other thing I'm going to point out. Look at the wands. 1, 1, 1, 1. I don't know if you're into numerology. 11, 11. You're blessed. Cancer, I love you. You've got a big transformation coming, moving into one of the greatest, like you're absolutely all set. Cancer, I love you so much. This, honestly, you need to claim this reading. This, you got the Sun, King of Pentacles, Four of Wands. You have all this energy of you just being resilient. You getting in that confidence is there, right? That confidence, like, no, I worked hard for this. No one's taking this away from me. All right. You got Death in the heart of your spread. Listen. Transformation is coming. You're going through a transformational period. How does that resonate with you too? All right. Is it like because some cancers it will be spiritually too. Okay. But also remember you got 2 kings. I mean, like you are. Whew, you're good. You're good. Cancer, I love you so much. Thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you next week. Bye bye.